What's up everyone? I'm Dwayne Rendell back with another MITRE attack technique video, this time on gather victim host information. This involves threat actors gathering information such as on your operating systems, installed software and security settings to look for opportunities to exploit specific vulnerabilities. So how is it done? Well, an example of this could be capturing your browser's user agent HTTP headers visiting a website owned by a threat actor. These are sent normally as part of a website traffic so it can serve you the correct content. However, can be used to execute those next steps, such as exploiting a vulnerability on an outdated browser or responding with malware for a target operating system. This technique can also be used for lateral movement if they've compromised an asset using system utilities, such as Windows System Info, Linux's uname-it-a, or get service PowerShell command. So who's typically at risk? Well, this is typically used to scope out lateral movement targets in a more stealthy way using legitimate processes. So this behavior is usually more prevalent for persistent threat groups with a targeted campaign. Organizations that have a diverse infrastructure, particularly vulnerable internet-facing systems, are usually the targets here. A known user of this technique is the group Volt Typhoon. They go by other names such as Vanguard Panda. These are a Chinese state-sponsored threat group. They've been active since at least 2021, primarily targeting critical infrastructure organizations in the United States. They look for lateral movement targets, particularly to operational technology assets for potentially destructive or disruptive attacks. Now, detecting and mitigating these can be difficult because this is normal behaviors, so setting up monitoring alerts could create a lot of noise. The emphasis should really be preventing the information that's available by these methods and locking down initial access vectors. For detection, you can use perimeter defenses such as firewalls, IDS and IPS systems, as well as SIEM solutions. These can flag anomalous inbound activities such as logging or blocking suspicious IPs or that unexpected banner grabbing. Consider deploying honeypots or deception networks for these alerts as an early warning system, as there shouldn't be any legitimate uses for honeypots. So these alerts are more likely to be recon activities. As for mitigation, keeping your web filtering, making sure you're not visiting those malicious sites is going to help, particularly traversing and getting to these malicious sites that are banner grabbing. Restricting the elevated use of native tools is another way, also making sure you can't just run system queries all over the place. I hope this video gives you a useful summary of the gather host victim information technique, and I'll see you next time.